My name is Martine Crippen. I'm the clinic director for Ideal Solution Weight Loss. And today's video is the anatomy of temptation. We all get tempted. So how do we navigate that? And by the way, if you're watching us on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, either subscribe or follow. Please like us. And if you can, share, because we want to help everybody, whether you're on the Ideal Protein Protocol or not. Okay, so let's talk about temptation. Temptation is typically brought on by triggers. If I had to boil down phase one, other than the protocol itself, it's really about behavior modification. If you are someone who gets tempted, there is an anatomy to it. So here's how this rolls. On your first week on phase one, that typically is the hardest week. You're trying to put the phase one protocol into your life schedule. You're working your life around it. You're trying to make it work. You have to think with everything. Sometimes you eat the wrong foods by mistake, and you go to reach for something because that's what you've done in the past, and you've got to say no. The very first time, you have to self-correct and go, no, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to drink that. I'm not going to grab that wine tonight. That's the hardest. When you're successful, the second time you go to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this instead, is easier. Every successive time that you are tempted and you are able to continue that chain of success by saying no, you get stronger and it gets easier. And you start to find ways to compensate for a temptation on things that you can do. I have an earlier video on self-care versus self-comfort. You should watch that video on those techniques. But this temptation component, if you give in, then you're back to square one when it comes to saying no to the things that are really not in your best interest. Think of the things that you're trying to tell yourself you want to do and you know you shouldn't do them, and realize, is this going to get me to my goal or not? So start to say no and write down, I said no today on this. I said no on this. I said no on that. It gets easier and easier to the point where you stop being tempted. Your brain will stop tempting you. You're modifying your behavior to not be reactive, but proactive. And the better you are at this, the better you feel, the more successful you'll be, and the shorter the time you'll be on phase one. And that's what we want to do, is get to your goal as quickly as possible. Now, I hope you found this video helpful. And if you have any comments, please put them below and come into your next appointment and share your wins. We love to hear your wins. Thank you. Bye-bye.